So, hello everyone, and we're back with Wines of Italy, sorry, Wines of Italy Livestream with Catalina, as usual, from Great Wine Adventures. And today we have Guido Costa Curta, vero? Who is a
Yes.
guest, and he's a sort of wine vlogger. He does videos about wineries, and his website is Vino Diretto. So just before we start, I just wanted to say that we're talking about making videos for wineries today. So it's going to be a lot about that and about social media and his future plans. And for those of you who are already following, please share the video. And I'm just trying to start sharing the video around. So if you have any questions, you can ask them here too on Facebook. And while he's, I'm just trying to see that we're actually here, that it works. No, I don't find the screen. No, because it has to be. Okay, so while you present yourself, I will just start sharing the video to different pages, so we get the people in here. So I don't know. Do you want to present yourself and start? I don't know, saying something about your background and.
Okay, so basically, I started studying communication, and then I became an art director for an international creative agency, and because in this agency there wasn't so much work around online advertising. I then tried to move into something that was more, involved into the online business. And so then I joined a big international company that actually, its core business was, of course, around the internet. And in there, I started. I spent like 5 years and a half there. And initially, I was a designer, so it was something more related to what I was used to do for the creative agency, where I was an actor. And following later, then from a designer, I then became a project manager, but I was still following it. I was still doing something related to the design world. And this wasn't really, involved into the wine business. But about wine, I always had a passion for it. I also come from Veneto, so it's in our DNA, I think. And like 3 years ago, I wanted to, let's say, translate this passion for wine into something different. So I started a course for becoming a sommelier, and I became a sommelier one year later in 2015, and from there I started to be interested in the wine, both from say a patient point of view, but also from a communication point of view. And while I was studying for becoming a sommelier, I also thought about a way to connect word and to come up with something that could be interested for me and also helpful in knowing users, more wines, more territories, more faces of the wine business. And it was then that I thought about creating this kind of blog, this kind of site, Vino Diretto. And initially, it was meant to be a kind of database of different wineries. When you, as a user, were around or planning to do a visit in a specific area, you could find different wineries on the site and decide which winery based on the information that you would get on the site. But I moved from this kind of concept into something more, let's say, personal, more tailor-made on the winery, and that's when I wanted to introduce the videos and also photographs of the wineries, in order for the user, for the viewer, to understand better what they would get by visiting these wineries. And so I actually started to post this kind of, let's say, treatment to the different wineries. Some wineries were only with, only of data sheet in the site. Some others have a specific video that we did together, and also some photos that I personally took on the site with them.
So basically, you do it since a year, more or less, or when did you start?
It was late 2014.
Okay, so it's a couple of years then.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing more, but.
So did you have an idea about what type of wineries to choose? Did you want to do smaller wineries, or did you want to did you have any other idea based upon how you wanted to film and how you wanted to create?
Well, initially, I wanted to insert as much wineries as possible. But then when I wanted to actually focus on the, let's say, quality rather than the number, I also thought that maybe it was best to focus on the small wineries. And it's actually easier to speak with the smaller wineries, because you could actually can reach directly the owner or the family, maybe, or the person working alongside with the owner directly. And actually, initially, I started to contact the wineries through email, and soon I found out that the most reactive ones were the ones that the wineries, the producers that already had a well-developed site, that were already on Facebook, already connected. So there weren't so many. But initially, in order to have a first selection, I actually focused on these wineries that were more, let's say, ahead of others in terms of communication. Of course, it was. I mean, after this selection, at first it was more difficult, because for the first ones, I didn't have an example to present, because they were the first ones. Later on, after I had some videos already done, and also photos that I shot, it was actually easier, present them the works that I would have been doing with them. And also sometimes some producers already knew Vino Diretto, because some friends of them already were present on the site.
Cool. So when you go there, I mean, how do you have a plan already before about what questions to make, and what do you want the video to talk about? Do you want all the videos to be more or less the same, or do you want them to have different areas they cover of topics, or?
Well, initially, I was trying to cover as many points as possible, but then and I actually was doing videos that were like 3 or 4 minutes in length. But also because I read some statistics that usually videos perform better if they are around 1 minute long. I tried to have specific questions, generic questions usually, so about the winery, the history, the wines that they produce, if they have a specific approach towards the vineyards, or or whatever they are specific maybe in their territory. And so in the end, I found out that in a minute, you can actually try to shrink some concepts that are not everything that the winery can tell, of course, but at least they can for that minute what is specific of them. If someone enjoys the video, and 1 minute video is, I think it's not too long. Maybe they can find out more about the winery on or also on directly.
No, that's true. So how many videos have you made so far? I see that you have covered a lot of regions already in Italy, no?
Yeah, in total the videos are 10 so far, and but there are also some other producers that are on the website, but I'm still planning to do some videos for them. We just need to find the best time to do it. Also because like the first video I did was Colle d'Aosta, and it was in December. And of course, it's really different if you have pictures of the vineyards at that time of the year, rather than I last some videos, and it was really the best moment to do them. And maybe it's also the time of the year where the producers are more busy, but it's also the time where you can actually have more pictures, more emotions coming from them.
So if you think about the videos so far, which have been the most challenging things and which have been the most rewarding things when you do that you didn't know that you would discover by doing video?
Well, some challenges at first was that where it was to I wouldn't say convince, but to represent to the winery that through that video maybe they could promote themselves maybe in a way that they weren't used before, because I guess almost all of the wineries didn't have a video that they can use on social media or on the website. And so initially it wasn't actually for the first videos, it wasn't easy to have an example to show them. Also because I guess we are speaking about branding here, and you know that branding is not something that can be monetized immediately, or where you can demonstrate that some elements of the branding can transform into sales directly. No. So it's something more. Yeah, it's something that is like more seeding and harvesting later, basically. And but I thought a rewarding thing was actually to meet some of the producers, and of course stay in contact with them. And I mean, sometimes I know that some videos, or only the presence on Vino Diretto, maybe even if it was useful because they were able to be known by other producers or by potential customers. There is a winery that was actually contact because they saw their presence on Vino Diretto, and so they were able to sell some wines actually in a shop.
Oh, okay.
So actually, they're in.
And it's a slow process, as you said, because it's not like you can just make a video or a post or a blog post and that it will give direct results. But I think this shows that actually it's very important, because you get more visibility and people have the possibility to find you on different channels and different locations.
Yeah, I'm speaking of the small producers, I actually, on my personal experience, I actually see that not at least not a lot of them have videos or dedicated photographs or even social content that they can use to promote themselves. And I think that it's something that is really useful and maybe in a more peculiar way for the small producers.
Yeah, I think, I mean, with a bit more strategy and a bit more content, it could probably do a lot of things. But I guess it's also difficult if you're a small producer, you don't have much time to dedicate to these things. But I think it's coming. So. I just wanted to say hello to Gianluca and to Nadia who are following us. And also Mariangela Parilla, who is from Calabria. So did you want to add something more about this, or?
No, I think it's.
I think the next question was, well, you have talked a bit about the vision you have with doing this kind of videos and how you choose wineries. So I don't know, should we talk a bit about how you want to develop this this idea and this platform?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking that I recently introduced also a blog section where I mainly wrote about the wineries that I visited and also some events that I participated, like at the Live Wine in Milan or Vino. And I'm actually trying to differentiate the communication depending on the media that I'm in. So I think a main point of contact, and trying to promote it as much as possible through CEO. Well, all the videos are on another platform, and I'm using Instagram in order to promote them in a kind of creative way. And I'm also trying to use Facebook in order to push the blog as much as possible. But for the nearest future, I was actually thinking about was actually to cover more the events, like let's say events that actually take place on the wineries and to the broader events like WinesOfItaly, but also on smaller ones, because I saw that not for of course for Venice, but for there is not so much coverage, at least in my opinion. And then another thing that I would think that might be useful for producers is something that actually is already present on Vino Diretto, is the possibility to write to the producers to organize visits and tasting. That it somehow can be further developed.
Okay. So we have the first question from Nadia, which is which regions you have made videos in so far, which is a bit.
Yeah, I covered Lombardy, Piedmont, Veneto, and Trentino Alto Adige, and actually in a month I'm flying to Sicily to do at least another video, and I'm trying to arrange some shootings in the center of for the center of Italy for some wineries that are already on Vino Diretto.
Okay, that sounds cool. Yeah. Very cool, as Gianluca says. So hello, also Lauren. Lauren is I think she's a sommelier already. and she's a blogger from Florida who often follows. And who else is here? Mariangela, I said, and of course Gianluca. So I don't know. Are there any other questions? You can ask them, and in 10 minutes, I will also. Who wants to jump in? I will put a link in the comments here, and I can because we can be 3 people now. So if somebody wants to jump in, like Gianluca, perhaps we can do it in Italian. That would be cool. So just feel free. But I think we're going to wait for another 10 minutes so we can end the discussion here. Do you want to say something more about what we talked about before, about the future, how you want to develop further your website and your project?
Well, I don't know if we covered everything before. Well, the main idea was, of course, to put as much as content as possible on the website, and this means having more videos, more photos of for the wineries, and of course more wineries on the project, and yeah, to try to also find a way of pushing as much as possible on social.
Yes.
I think that the blog that I was mentioning would be something that can be connected to Facebook, and maybe it's more on a technical point of view. But now Facebook's actually it's been a while, but Facebook actually allows you to post notes on your page. So therefore, kind of another way of pushing blog posts on this social media. And the great advantage, of course, of Facebook is all the audience, the potential audience that it can reach.
But do you really think that really Facebook is that good for reaching a broader audience? I mean, you reach the people you already have on Facebook and the one who follows you and your friends or followers, but
yeah, but
I would use other channels to promote blogs, but I think
think Facebook also, of course, good? Now the thing that I'm seeing as a user on Facebook, it's that some wine producers are really active on Facebook.
No, that's true, because in Italy, Facebook is fairly the biggest channel so far.
Yeah.
Abroad, it's a bit different. So.
Yeah. But also in terms of reach and of audience, I actually found out that Instagram, it's really mostly, of course, being an Italian for the.
Yeah, because there you have the hashtags that you can search on, so you're more searchable than on Facebook. That doesn't really work much. No, but
the only thing. Yeah, the only thing is that, of course, on Instagram, you, I mean, you should be really, you should actually pay a lot of attention on the image that you are delivering, because it's really, focused on actually also on videos and on photos, and it really the way the content there.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true. Well, that's cool. So I don't know. Does anyone have any questions? We have some other questions here for. So if you wanted to talk about 1-2 examples of special wineries or episodes that you thought were more interesting or remarkable or something particular, which one would they be?
There would be a few, but because Gianluca actually was on was online. Well, Gianluca, for instance, was when I sent an email to his winery. He actually instead of trying to explain actually what the Vino Diretto was about, he actually called me like an hour after I sent an email, and he actually showed first of all that he understood what I actually meant with my proposal on the first email, and he was actually really interested. And because we were actually close where we live, we met, and then I mean, at the first occasion we did the video, and of course I mean, after I met him, already in contact, and we worked on other projects. And I mean, I of course visited his winery more than one. And I mean, apart from the video, from Vino Diretto point of view, was actually a way, like for other producers, of knowing more, not only a specific land, but also specific people actually working directly on their wineries, and it was actually really, you know, enriching in terms of experience. And maybe another was Isabella from Arpepe in Valtellina. And I did the video during the vintage time, and he showed me around all the vineyards during the harvest, and like we had lunchtime together on the steep hills in Valtellina, and when I spoke with them, I mean, apart from what she said on the video, she was really inspiring, because she was really you know, speaking about their wine and their winery and their land in a very you know, truly way, and actually made me think that if you are a wine producer, even if, I mean, if you are small or big, if you are a family-run business or X1, actually, if you are the owner, if you are the producer, you have to be the first to speak about not only the wine or the winery, but also of the territory that you are in first person, and it's really, you know, how you speak about. I mean, all these matters.
No, but that's true.
Rare.
But then, I mean, Isabella is great, and Gianluca is great. So I think they're very kind of involved persons. So they're also very interested in new things and to try new.
Yeah.
I also had Isabella as a guest last year. I think last spring on my live stream here. We were still on Blab then, so it was a bit more interactive. But it was a very great episode. And also Gianluca was a guest with his wife. Also last year, I think. Yeah, last spring. Or last autumn. No, last autumn. No, I mean, do you have anything else? Any other episode or video that you think was very worth mentioning, or something you want to add?
No, the maybe one that has been common in more than a producer was that you know, at first, I mean, when you see like a 1 minute video, usually the whole material is like maybe 15-20 minutes in total, and it's actually not really easy sometimes to shrink down to 1 minute. But the thing that was curious is that the first minutes, usually the producer, when he's speaking, is really, you know, not so confident in about the wine. It depends on the person, of course. Maybe if they are more used to this kind of things, it's easier for them, of course. It would be the same for me. And but the curious thing is that usually that 1 minute is like 80% taken from the last 5 minutes of your material, and it's really, you know, it's really interesting to see how I mean, with time, they get more enthusiasts in telling about what they do, how they do it, and so it's actually really a good way of let them, at least in my opinion, to let them speak about their products in a direct and let's say natural way.
No, I agree. I think it's a very good idea to do these sort of videos because it's also, as you say, a good way to start promoting yourself, but also to be more visible. So clearly, also if they have the possibility to be on your website, it's also a good way of sharing and for both of you getting more visibility. So I put a link in the comments below if somebody wants to jump in. Perhaps Gianluca, we can do it in Italian. If you want to say
It must
something,
have,
if
must
you're
have
at the computer, or I think it also works with mobile. I'm not sure, but if you want to click the link, I can get you into to the stream. And if there are any other questions about Guido's website or what he does, just feel free to ask them. So I don't know. Do you want to comment anything more about your use of social media or also offline promotion to spread your?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of social media, what I think, I mean, at least from my experience, is that I mean, you should have some. I mean, not. It's not so essential, at least for me, to cover all the social medias that are on this world, but to focus on the ones where you're more confident or that are more used for your for your business. In my case, they would be actually Vimeo for the videos, and Instagram for promoting videos and actually trying to reach as much new users as possible. Then Twitter has some pros and cons, and it's actually, at least for me, more difficult to use it, but I think it's somehow more similar to Facebook, even if different in some aspects, because it's useful to to start or join or join a conversation and to have a presence on the
Twitter is a
on the
bit
online
different
business.
because you have to have a strategy a bit to be successful. It's not really like Facebook. Facebook is a bit different because with Twitter you reach a broader audience just like on Instagram. But you have to it's a bit faster, it's very fast, so it's a bit difficult in the beginning, that's true. Takes a while to get in also to the communities. But the wine communities are actually very, very good on Twitter. So that's true. Well, yeah, I mean, you seem to be very. I mean, I checked out. I follow you on Instagram and on Facebook, so you seem to be quite successful in your promotion or in your sharing. The sharing. I don't
Well,
say promotion because I don't like the word. I prefer to say that you share your content with.
yeah, I think there is a lot to do still, of course, but it's actually it's really a matter of planning and scheduling, not only like the single content, but actually to schedule, let's say, a precise strategy in order to have a more a broader audience, and as content marketing, it's something that maybe you can you can gain with time. Of course, it's not something that can be immediate. Of course.
No, that's true. That's true. So, anything you want to add about? Do you get also? contacts offline? I mean, do you share your content also? I mean, okay, with video you can't really share offline, but because you also wrote in your comments to me that you want to talk about offline distribution,
Yeah,
so I guess you spread the word
yeah,
also offline.
yeah. During the tastings or the events organized with maybe small producers, and it's something that I would like to actually develop. I think there is still room for somehow for the offline to develop in some kind of business.
Mm. No, that's interesting. So if you go over to talk about your that you said it was your dream to, I guess you should reveal what is your dream, except for making videos and.
The big dream actually would be like in the future to become a producer.
Mm,
And actually, when I started Vino Diretto, I was thinking that it can be useful also for me in order to meet new producers, to visit new lands, to
mm,
taste new wines, and I wouldn't know actually where I would like to be a producer still, but it's something that I'm trying to, I know it's something difficult,
mm,
but I'm trying to understand. Actually, with the help of the producers, because recently when I come over to visit them, I always
mm.
ask some suggestions on this could be achieved, and actually the feedbacks are really different. There are some others that say that it's really difficult, that you should change your dream, and others that are really encouraging me to pursue this dream. I think it actually depends on the background of these persons, because maybe some of them started from another job or from nothing, a winery, and some others maybe are like the fifth generation
Yes.
of producers. Approach is different.
Mm.
But I mean,
No, that's true.
it's a dream, but
Well, who knows? I
we'll
mean,
see.
for those
Yeah.
who are new here now, I just want to say that this is Wines of Italy, and that my guest today is Guido from Vino Diretto. So we're talking about uh, making videos about wine and wine producers. But to get back to the dream, I guess yeah, it's different, because I guess if you have a winery since 5 generations, you already have sort of the basic
The land.
requirements, the land, the territory, all the knowledge, also the experience of many years. While if you start
I think
almost
it's true.
from the ground, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of new discoveries and failures
I
also,
think
because
that will be true, I guess, for all kind of jobs and all kind of activities that imply that you start something from scratch on your own.
true,
I think no an activity that in this way would be easy.
true, that's true. I mean, it's also satisfying, I guess. It's a lot of hard work, but
Yeah.
okay. So there was a question from Gianluca that I only saw now. Sorry, Gianluca. So
Finally.
what does wine mean for you? What does wine? Cos'è il
Well,
vino per
in
te?
easy. um, I mean, I would say, like, in a word, would be passion, and but I mean, if I had more, would be that it's a way of meeting new people, of knowing new territories, and of actually sharing some some interests with other people. and it's also the wine is also enjoying better life.
Magari perhaps you also say it in Italian, as Gianluca is listening, so it's non so, se lo vuoi dire anche in italiano, casomai non seguo in inglese.
Che il vino è una passione, è un modo per conoscere nuove persone, nuovi posti e per provare ovviamente nuove esperienze, ma soprattutto un modo per condividere e è senz'altro il vino è senz'altro un modo di, come si può dire, mi viene in inglese, più vero, più puro. Forse in italiano è più poetico.
Vero. Allora, avevo un'altra domanda, anche he had another question also. If your name is Guido or Diego? Tu nome è Guido o Diego?
È Guido.
Okay.
Diego non so, un secondo nome.
Okay. So I think we covered all the questions. I don't know. Do you want to add something? Do you think is there anything else you want to say? For those of you who are new to the stream, we're talking to Guido and not Diego. Guido from Vino Diretto about wine videos and so forth. So there's another question from Nadia, and she asks. That more, I think she thinks also that more and more people are hiring specialists just to look after their communication through social medias. Do you agree about this? Do you agree that it's becoming more and more that they realize the need for a more professional?
Yes, I guess it's more. I mean, at least for now, more used for bigger companies, bigger estates, rather than smaller ones. Both on a budget point of view, and also and also because usually when the wineries to produce are really small, maybe they try to focus on other aspects, even if these aspects are actually something that can actually make them on sales. So I think that I mean, with time, also the smaller ones would actually benefit from this kind of attitude that the bigger ones are at least in Italy are trying to pursue now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the larger wineries are having it, but they're also having the more larger agencies helping them, which isn't always, I think, perhaps. I think a lot of the larger agencies are still working in a bit old-fashioned way. I mean, I think there are a lot of agencies that are also very innovative. So I think also definitely the smaller wineries could benefit perhaps from smaller groups of people doing social media and online marketing. And I also think that it doesn't have to be that expensive. It can actually be more about strategy and to help steer up to get a good idea about how to do it and how to do it more in a professional way for a winery. So it steers away a bit from using it in a more private way where you just fill your private Facebook feed with a lot of photos, which in the end
Different.
No, that's true. But I think it's coming probably more and more, and I think it's also going to be possible for smaller wineries to benefit from it, even if they have a lower budget. So I think that's true. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want the viewers to know about you or about what you do? Feel free to.
I was trying to. Well, already spoiled about the big dream. No, actually, nothing really comes to my mind right now. I can only say that apart from the output of the videos and the photographs, And apart from the the main idea of behind Vino Diretto, on a personal point of view, the whole experience so far was really went beyond my initial thoughts, because it really was really a way of let's say entering somehow in a great world that is the wine world, and really was really exciting to join. And it's something that I mean really offer a lot of opportunities, not only in terms of work, but also of enjoyable people. I would say, apart from of course their tasting their wines, which is always helpful, and visit really amazing places in Italy.
No, that's true. That's true. I think also, even if you're, I mean, I mainly do live streams, or I write blog articles, but I think it's also the good thing that you meet a lot of people and you discover very new things, areas, and wines, and also denominations and so forth. Uh, I think we can probably round it up all. I don't know if anybody has any more questions. You feel free to ask. I will just say some things about the next live streams. So this month we're having much less live streams because there was Vinitaly last week, and the next Tuesday is actually a holiday, so in Italy, so we're not going to to do the live stream, and I still have to fix the guests for May, so I will be back as soon as possible with the more information. I have some feelers out, but they're not confirmed yet. So we'll see who will who will be the first guest in May. I think some of the people I might have met that I met on at Vinitaly might be one of the following guests. We'll see. We're coming back to winery hopefully for the next guest to to make it a bit more varied as the guests and as content. And if you want to, you can also, I put a link in the comments, so you can also follow my newsletter if you want the latest news about the next live streams, or if you want also news about when articles comes out about past live streams. And for the rest, it's nice that you all were here to listen to me and Guido today, and I think it was very interesting because it was a new info and one new kind of way of looking up on wineries also. I mean, a lot of people do perhaps videos, but I think it's a different way of making videos. We're doing these short, as you do normally, usually 3-minute videos or so, 2-3 minutes, which just gives a short but very kind of concise look into a small winery, and also often, since I did the subtitles, I kind of remember the ones I did, and that it was interesting because it talks both about the territory, the particular peculiarities of the area, as well as about the winery itself. So I think in the 2-3 minutes you managed to give a lot of information, which can be very useful both for the winery and for the people who are on the lookout to find new wineries. So I think it's a very good idea, and I think it's also a good idea to be able to put the two in contact, no? And the buyer or the interested or the wine fan and the winery. So I think it's a thing that probably will be coming more and more. And also that you use social media, of course, doing video. It's of course easier to use social media to share and to amplify the content. So I'm very happy that you wanted to be my guest. And if you don't have anything to add, I think we can just end the interview. And I don't know, do you want to say something before?
No, I mean, now that you said about the videos, that I mean, you're right that of course there are, I mean, a lot of wineries or different people doing videos, and I don't know actually if I'm actually achieving the objective of mine, but the thing would be to have a video, but not only like a video per se, but something that can be used both, as you said, for the producer that want to know this producer, and that can be actually seen as something that they can promote themselves. And I think that with all the tools that are available on the market now, mostly on that regards social media, I think that the possibilities are endless. Just for tell you once, one interesting thing would be that when you do a video interview, for instance, maybe you do like live streaming on, I don't know, on Instagram or on Facebook of the actual interview. It would be like a live behind the scenes video. So I mean, the possibilities are really endless.
No, that's true. I mean, I think video is definitely coming, and as you say, it's a way to to promote or to talk, share a story about the winery, and to reach the wine lover or the wine fan or the whatever it is, client, buyer. And so definitely, yeah. Hello, Maya. I just wanted to say hello to Maya, who just popped in now. We're at the end, but if you want to jump in, Maya, you can do that. She's a sommelier in Colorado, in Denver, and she's actually a bit of an expert on live streaming. She does live streaming on Periscope, where she both review wines and she also kind of talk about wine in general. So she's actually using Periscope to promote herself, which is a very good channel to do that. She was my guest 2 weeks ago, I think. So no, definitely. I don't know. Have you thought about promoting your videos via live streaming or?
I mean, I didn't try it yet, but it was something on the, on the list.
Okay.
So we'll see with the forthcoming.
Maya, do you have any questions? We just talked about. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So Guido here, he does actually videos about smaller wineries in Italy as a way to promote both the winery and to make the small wineries visible and searchable by anyone who is interested in Italian wine and in wine. And he then kind of share everything on his website, which is Vino Diretto. So I don't know. I think we can just end it here because I think we talked about a lot of stuff. So if nobody wants to jump in or if nobody has any more questions, I think the live stream for today is heading towards its conclusion. And yeah, it's very cool. You should definitely check him out, Maya. So thank you again, Guido, and thank you to everyone who were listening in and who participated. Also, especially to Gianluca, whom I hope to see very soon at any event. And see you, I think, on the 2nd of May. I think it's the next Tuesday that I will do is May the 2nd. So thanks again, Guido, and thanks everyone. Do you want to say something before we close it down?
No, I mean, I think that's really it.
Okay, so thank you everyone, and see you on the May the 2nd. Have a nice evening. Ciao, ciao.